Very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with the next show, Executive Harmony Conversations with Vice Chancellor on Happiness and Spirituality. Guest, a first Vice Chancellor on our special podcast, Dr. A.K. Singh, sir. So, first of all, welcome to the podcast, Happiness Podcast.
नमस्कार सबको.
Sir, we also welcome you on behalf of our university, our Honorable Founder President, Sir, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan, and our Honorable Chancellor, Sir, Dr. Atul Chauhan, sir. We also welcome you on behalf of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, ma'am, Dr. Balvinder Shukla, ma'am. Sir, we will start with this session, first of all, with the anthem of our podcast. It is Executive Harmony, and I will play this podcast to start the session.
In the boardrooms we find a different kind of mind. Leaders taking time to seek the truth inside. Heart and soul aligned. In wisdom we can find. Let's spark a change in kind. The journey starts inside. Executive harmony. Together we'll explore happiness and spirit. Within and spirituality, we're searching for much more. At the Center for Science of Happiness, where peace and joy reside. CEOs and guides, their story is far and wide. From boardrooms to the tide, in a peace they'll find. Executive harmony. Together we'll explore happiness and spirit. Within and spirituality, we're searching for much more. At the Center for Science of Happiness, where peace and joy reside. Of the pros, in each step we'll grow with every word they show. Executive harmony. Together we'll explore happiness and spirit. Within and spirituality, we're searching for much more. At the Center for Science of Happiness, where peace and joy reside. From the highs to lows, the wisdom of the pros. In each step we'll grow with every word they show.
This was the anthem for our Center for Science of Happiness. And Dr. Singh, since Vice Chancellor position, the helm of affairs is also a CEO at a corporate perspective. So welcome to the show once again. How do you personally define happiness? So you have been at various positions, various levels, various roles you have handled. How do you see happiness? How do you define happiness?
No, for me, happiness is that if I am able to perform my duties well. Personally, I have been doing it throughout my life, that whatever assignments are given to me, if that I am able to do with full of my satisfaction, that is the happiness for me. And this I have been striving with our colleagues together. And I have been always trying that happiness is not what you personally gain in a system, but happiness is one which is gained collectively by all of us who are working together. And in workplaces, we have to take people together. We have to keep our doors open. Myself is heading almost an institution right since 2005. Wherever I was heading the institution, 2005 onwards. And the simple philosophy has been that I have to be transparent. I have to be accessible to all those who are coming to me. And I have to be supportive and positive. So if these 3, 4 attributes I personally try to do all the time, wherever I went, and with whatever success I could achieve in my time, building new institutions, I had a credit of establishing 100 farm science centers across countries in my tenure. So there was enough opportunity given by Government of India to me to heading various institutions, opening new institutions. And that was how it was done. And not, I can never say that a person can do anything in a system alone. He has to come together and he has to distribute the happiness among all those who are with you. Only then you become a kind of successful person and you feel a kind of fulfillment in yourself.
So you said duty is happiness, doing the work happiness, and distributing happiness is also a sign of success. That's a kind of a punchline. We can take it from here. Sir, can you share a moment from your career so far that brought you immense joy? Like you might be having hundreds of lists on that, but whatever remains on top of your mind that you still remember and you still relish when you close your eyes and you think, this brought me the best joy in your career or in your life. How do you say that?
Uh,
So the smile on the face now. I can feel the smile on your face. You're thinking about that.
this is very difficult question for me because God has been very graceful and kind on me. And I can say I worked only. I did not make much effort to get certain positions. But altogether, God was so kind that I could get so many opportunities which are not coming to many of us. So I can say that I cannot pick one in which I was very happy. But one thing which gives happiness to me, the kind of feedback which I get from my colleagues, not those who are directly coming and speaking to me, but some other people say that he was talking something about you positive, and that fellow was also talking something. So feedback is one aspect I can say that which always gives a kind of pleasure to you and satisfaction. And it's a continuous, I personally do not get delighted to achieve something which comes to me and very happy and very expressing I am, but I take it as it comes, whether something is coming very high order or something which is not coming of my expectation doesn't, you can say, daunt me, or my efforts are somehow uh, goes down out of that failure. But I can definitely say that one thing which I have always enjoyed, that in agriculture sector, scientific sector, we have been working and we have been trying to take the technology to the farmers. And it always gives a joy to us when we see that number of technologies which are generated in our labs. They are reaching to the farmers and they are getting dividend out of those technologies.
Okay.
Right.
So
Also, I feel that many of the innovations which take place at the farmers level, some of the scientists are coming with certain new viewpoints, new technologies, new innovations. But once we go to the farmers field, we find that farmers are also innovating. And there are many successful cases, and their delight actually becomes delight of all of us, the people who are sitting in the institutions who are working for the farmers.
So it's something like this. What you are saying is like when the child grows, the mother father is very happy. When the mother the child is successful, the mother father think it is their success. So similarly, something like you were saying, when farmers get delighted, it is somehow your emotional fulfillment also.
Right.
Sir, as a leader in Rani Lakshmibai University, how do you create a happy and a motivated environment for students and faculty? Like nowadays, happiness is a buzzword going all across India and the world. So every university doing something or the other for their own well-being, students and the faculty. So since you are at the sir, at the helm of affairs as a leader, what kind of things you are creating, sir, or what is happening?
See, students who are just come out of their houses for undergraduate programs, basically, many of the students, first time they come out of their homes. So there used to be homesickness, and I find in our dispensary, many of the students often visit not of any disease, but stressfulness.
Okay.
And certain panic attacks also happen to them. So in that kind of situation, we have to be very careful about those students, how the faculties and hostel wardens who are working with the students, how they can connect them with the students. And that is one. They have to be continuously monitoring those students. And one more thing which is very important, that how these students could be more oriented towards various practices which can take place in the campus, in which they get engaged and also they are benefited out of it. There are various spiritual groups like Art of Living, even Heartfulness Institute, Heartfulness Practices. So all these we have started at our own campus on a regular basis.
That's
Even yoga has become a regular feature at the university campus. In all the hostels, we have created gyms, all those, you can say, sports facilities created. And students are attached to faculty also, a group of students attached to one faculty. There are certain helpline numbers also. If they are not able to come to somebody, they can make calls. We have kept psychiatrists also, not only for medication, but also for a kind of counseling which is required to the student. And that is quite, you can say, bringing a lot of change in the thinking and positive approach of the students. And that is how we are maintaining the campus. And till date, there has not been any untoward incident at the campus. Neither the general fights which we expect between the students, still that has not been reported. I have been here for 2.5 years. No fighting between students, and also there has not been any kind of health issues, serious issues, which are reported to my knowledge or in the knowledge of the university. So that has been really good at our own campus.
That's good to hear this. So because students have their own issues going on. Yes, you said very wisely. Okay, they have come for the first time from school, home, back to the university. Some are staying in the hostels. So I also missed my parents when I was staying in the hostels. So I can relate very well. Okay, how people, those who are family attached, when they stay away. So it's a issue there. So what are the some challenges in maintaining positivity in academic institutions?
Uh, Positivity has to come from the top, I mean to say. once those who are head of the divisions, the deans and the vice chancellor office itself, if we are transparent, honest, and we are willing to serve the entire faculty and students, a kind of environment is created at the campus. And also there has not to be any kind of barrier in meeting people. That is the first thing. If certain issues are there, it has to be immediately taken care of. So regular meetings between the faculty, students, and even employees, that is very, very important. And there has to be a redressal system also. Even the filing systems, which are very important, which if there is a bureaucratic approach, a lot of perceptions emerge. But if there is a timely disposal, timely decisions are taken, I think many of the issues are sorted out. The positivity has to be in terms of building capacity of various categories, whether it's a lower staff or middle level staff or academic staff. All has to be at time, and again their capacity has to be, you can say, somehow some certain training programs need to be given to them. That is one. And also the promotional avenues, whatever it is in the university campus, that has to be provided. And all those facilities, basic facilities, people, I believe, still believe that the staff and all those who are working for the university, they are willing to work. And there are very small issues which sometimes create certain hurdles. If those are addressed, then people come forward and they make a lot of hard work, and we are able to get something collectively, which we expect that has to come in a difficult way. So for me, it seems that a kind of environment is required. It has to flow from the top, and at various levels, all kinds of facilitations are required. For the students also, we have kept a regular meeting, vice chancellor meeting directly to the students, the deans meeting directly to the students, hostel wardens are, of course, in direct touch with students' welfare, is also in touch with. We have got a common platform of students. So there used to be various smaller issues. Once I meet, I find that those issues can be sorted out in a day. But if somebody is not taking care of, it takes long, and if there is a piling up of issues, students agitate. So that has not to happen. If somebody is, you can say, continuously monitoring, and once there is a feeling of giving service to all those who are at the campus. So that service kind of attitude, once it comes into the, you can say, those who are important in the campus, those who are serving, if they start serving properly, probably all get satisfied and the happy quotient increases at the campus. So that is how I have been doing. And various days of celebration, achievements of one staff has to be celebrated at the faculty level. So that used to happen at our own campus. And we are trying to build the individual scientist-wise capacity development program. So if something is lacking, if he's perceptionally he's lacking something, so that has to be incorporated into him. If he is technically lacking, so that part has to be taken care of. And if there are certain emotional issues, some personal issues, for that also certain counseling and capacity development need to be taken up. So we try to do collectively, and there has been a lot of success at the campus.
So somebody has said very wisely, a spiritual guru was asked how to make this world happy. So the way you related, something similar was said by him. He said, if you want the world to be happy, give me the president and the prime ministers of all the countries for 5 days. If I can make them happy, then they can, at the top level, then they can manage their own countries. So something similar, you said it. If it flows from the top, so all the different leaders at different levels, if they can be happified, then whatever team they have a control, so they can manage the positivity at the each minute details, something like that. So wisely said, sir. Sir, do you believe happiness is a key factor in student success? Is happiness the new success mantra? How do you think that, sir?
No, it's a, you can say, prime human need. Happiness is the prime human need, and we have evidences that those who are worrying all the time, they are creating various health issues in them, and various new issues are also added to their entire, you can say, physical and mental status. So happiness is an art which has to be imbibed by an individual. And once a person starts imbibing all those abilities, he will be happy. There is no limit of achieving certain things. If somebody is all the time demanding something, so he won't be happy. There has
True.
to be certain kind of contentment at some level. And if that is there in an individual, he will be always happy. There has been a situation, my personal feeling is also that once you are working hard and you are committed to your task, it doesn't require any kind of demand to be put before somebody. The system makes all the arrangements for you. And I often tell my colleagues that if you are doing good work, the entire system is noticing you. It's not that uh, you go and tell that I am doing this and that. Only then people will come to know. But in this system of agricultural sciences, I can say if somebody is working good on certain aspects, if somebody is innovating something, if somebody is keen to serve the farmers, keen to help the students, all these gets noticed and the person gets rewarded in due course of time. So I mean to say that one's motive has to be very important, that what he has to achieve, how he can achieve. If somebody is trying to achieve something and by that only he is deriving happiness, so probably he is not going to get happiness ever. There is no limit of getting certain things. So at certain level, you have to disassociate this happiness and also the, you can say, the achievements of your uh, attainments in terms of various positions and others. Happiness is something which happens on everyday basis. Whatever comes to you, how you perceive all those which are coming to you, and how you are able to negate all those negativity. Sitting on a chair like this, there used to be various letters coming to me, anonymous letters also. You have, many letters will not be by name, but most of the letters will be anonymous, complaining
Is it?
of somebody, whether there is an evidence or they are trying to create certain opinion in my mind. But in those situations, one has to be very cool and collective to make a decision, objective decision. That is very, very important. Also, I find that too much of information which is flowing need not to be taken by one who is leading at the top of it, because various bogus information used to come of no value, and they basically disturb the mindset and also try to divert your attention on the good work which you are doing. So contentment is one, I can say, keyword as far as myself is concerned, that I try to contain myself and I try to contain many of the things which are not required, try to de-learn, and also new things which I can relearn. So that is how my philosophy has been. On you can say, institutions like us, amity is even bigger. So your vice chancellor and president might be getting thousands of letters of various aspects. So it has to be objectively screened, has to be seen that what is having merit.
Right.
And if there is a anonymous letter also, and if there is merit, it has to be taken into account and action has to be taken.
Truly, sir. As the size of the institution grows, the you can say the negativity or maybe the information flow of which you said bogus information that also grows. Yes. Sir, I will now request my co-panelist, Dr. Professor Lakhan Singh. He also will ask a question to you. Professor Lakhan, sir, over to you, please.
Okay. Hearty welcome, sir, from my personal behalf. As in ICR system, you managed a huge network of KVKs, around 731 KVKs across the country. Sir, as DDG Agriculture Extension in ICR system, what strategy was made for creating well-being and harmony among KVKs across the country? What type of strategy was implemented?
Thank you very much, Dr. Lakhan Singh ji, and really happy that you were the person who connected me with this podcast. Actually, across the country, 731 KVKs were established, and as I mentioned, 100 were established during my period when Dr. Lakhan Singh was also working in the same system. So we worked together for a long time. KVKs are directly dealing with the farmers. They basically work as a bridge between the farmers and all those scientific institutions of agriculture who are located at different places in the country, bringing new science and technology from the scientific institutions and taking to the farmers. So they are also hard pressed because a KVK in a district, they have to cope up with the various issues of agriculture, and they have to reach to the farmers. And at the same time, they have got the duty to train all the developmental department officials who are working at the district level in the field of agriculture. So huge task, and also various, you can say, farmers organizations, cooperatives, NGOs, those who are working in agriculture, and also private sector. So KBK personnel are all the time hard pressed, and there has to be a certain kind of, you can say, capacity development or a kind of training so that they could control themselves and they could be able to serve in a better way and also remain happy while they are working. So for that, we had contacted Heartfulness Institute, Hyderabad, and they conducted various practice sessions of happiness at the KBKs, their trainers, gurus, and that became a, you can say, very popular one. And still that is continuing at various farm Krishi Vigyan Kendras. And also now ICR has taken lead. And various of the agriculture universities, all 74, sometimes invited at Hyderabad on their own campus, Heartfulness Institute. And the vice chancellors have also undergone those kind of practice sessions and various kinds of leadership in the academia in agriculture sector. They have been oriented, but that was the beginning when we started, myself, Dr. Lakhan Singh and other colleagues together in the entire country. So that, see, a person who is working at the, you can say, ground level in a Krishi Vigyan Kendra, sometimes he doesn't find time to think all this. And he is all the time stressful doing the same kind of job. And he is not able to take care of his own personal and mind-related issues. So it was a wonderful idea by our colleagues. And that's how we took up this program of happiness at our KVK, and that paid a lot of dividends. That how, while being happy, how they can work well and how they can serve people well.
Wonderful.
Certainly, sir, it was very good initiative, and all the KVK staff and other staff were benefited by this initiative. Sir, in a field like agricultural research, education, and frontline extension, which are highly technical, how do you find emotional fulfillment?
See, emotions are all the time moving with us. And emotionally, sometimes we emotionally motivate also our individuals that if you are doing this kind of change will happen in the entire, you can say, region or the state. And those emotional motivationals are very, very important. We have been doing ourselves and we have been motivating our leaders also, those who are working at various levels, that you have to motivate people. Motivating farmer is also very, very important. Motivating students is also very important. And this motivational achievement sometimes is required. We find that people get quite low in their thinking, and sometimes they feel that they need not to do anything more, and this is the last exam, or this is the last effort, or this is the last attempt, I will not go for it. But once you sit with the person as a leader and you talk to him, he finds that there is a value in failure also. Whatever he has gone through, he has learned something and he will be able to improve later on. So motivationally, one has to be oneself as a leader very, very strong. You keep on motivating yourself, because once you are serving in the system for 35, 40, 45 years, every day you have to motivate yourself that you keep on working. And as your own example, what you are perceiving, what you are feeling, and the same kind of nurturing and mentoring you have to do for others also who are in the system. One person can't do in the entire, you can say, region or country. So at various levels, you have to pick up the kind of leaders which are required, and their mentorship is important.
Right.
We have been doing it, and various kinds of training programs at National Academy of Agriculture Research and Management have been conducted for our researchers, scientists, and even those who are executives. For them also various kinds of programs are being held. This is very core, I can say, motivational aspect is one of the core, and it's not, you can say, very difficult to differentiate. Once you have to be happy, you have to be motivated also. So it's a key to happiness, I can say. Motivation is key to happiness, and both has to be taken together.
Truly, under your kind leadership, you truly motivated and nurtured emotionally all the staff working in our nation. Thank you, very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. So much.
Thank you, Professor Lakhan, for the question. Sir, now we move on to the next section on spirituality. By now, we have discussed on your personal perspectives and how you have taken the happiness at the leadership level in various the organization that you are right now. Sir, what does spirituality mean to you in the context of leadership?
For me, spirituality means serving the clientele to the fullest, with all the dedication, with all the positivity, with all the support. If one is able to make, he can say that he is spiritually performing his duties.
Okay.
And with this basic objective, I've been working that whatever is assigned to me and for whom I am working, I have to be 100% on that. So for me, spirituality means fully devoted to my job, fully devoted to my activities, and devoted to the benefit of the person for whom I'm working.
Sir, I will take this a little more deeper. Do you think spirituality helps in decision making at your level of role? If yes, how?
No, definitely it helps. See, once you have got a clear-cut idea and perception that you have to serve a person, or you have to work for the welfare of a certain community, or welfare for certain group of students, or all the students, then your all efforts will be altogether directed towards that. So I am very much keen believer that once you are clear in your task, clear in your objectives, and clear in your the beneficiaries who are going to be uh, getting the welfare out of it, then you are all the time spiritually ignited to help them and to take up the activities which are assigned to you.
Sir, now if I come back to the level of students from your role, do you think how like how can students and professionals like the faculties or the staff or the corporates, they can integrate spiritual practices into their daily routines? Because unless it is into the daily routines of their life, it is not well absorbed. So what could be done? Or are you aware of something that people are doing in the university, or how?
See, this year, the new education policy also they had started Diksharam program.
Right,
And there was a purposeful effort by the UGC to bring a blend of activities for 15 days or a month period for
right,
all those new students who are coming to the campus. So it includes orientation of the students, yoga practices, exercises, dhyan, whatever it is, pranayam, and also knowledge of the history, the belongingness about your own country and in the region where we are going to study, and also the culture of the country, the social, you can say, setup, and the other environments, agro ecosystems, whatever it is there has to be first-hand knowledge to the students who are coming to the campus. So this is a kind of beginning already done by the UGC through new education policy that students have to practice certain things on regular basis.
okay,
And so one is that once you start dhyan every day, once you start certain yoga practices every day, so your orientations get changed and you become a kind of different person. You get devoted also. And also there are many sayings of Vivekananda and sayings of Lord Krishna, which are being now taught in various forms to the students on the campus, that how selfless service can take place and how they can keep motivating themselves and going on a path to serve the society, serve the humanity. So if this kind of practices start happening at the campus and students are taught how to practice spirituality, how to practice motivation, how to practice happiness, that becomes a routine activity for them. And once that is imbibed on a daily basis in their routine, they become successful while studying and later on also. We often quote and we realize also, we feel also that once you get the education and you come out of your colleges for various kinds of jobs, and knowledge plays very important role, skills play very important role, but the human skills are, I think, equally important, sometimes more important than the knowledge and skills. If you are not harnessing for some time, it will work. But if you are losing your human skills, you won't be able to fit into the system. So human skills are very, very important. And those human skills, somehow they were not part of our whole course curriculum. It was left on individuals that you will be on your own learning something from your experience, and over time you will gain this kind of, you can say, strength that you will be able to handle the situation. But purposefully, as you mentioned also, there are happiness courses happening at MIT University. It's a great to hear. This is being taught now, which was not earlier. Had it been earlier also, the students would have been benefited out of it. So I feel that all the efforts being made by the government of India at the institutional level and also by UGC, this will bring a lot of change in the students in shaping their you can say mental and physical health, and they will be able to serve the society in a better way.
right. So one question before we move to the next section. Uh, so with such a demanding role that you are managing right now as a vice chancellor, how do you maintain your inner peace? Because every moment there is a action movement or a decisive movement or something or the other happening. There are sometimes we say fireworks happening all around. So how do you maintain your inner peace considering everything happening around?
It's a very difficult task. People ask, Dr. Lakhan Singh has asked many times to me that how you remain calm. And he also mentioned many times that, see, this is one attribute. Situations arise. But how do you react in those situations? Those are very important.
Right.
So if that time you are able to hold yourself when there is a time to react and your reactions are in a positive way, more you can say controlled way, then you are able to control yourself. If somebody is panicking on any smaller issue or any smaller information which is coming, then he won't be a good leader. What I personally perceive, a person has to have the capacity to bear and hear and bear whatever is coming to him. And many of the things which need not to be uh, shared with many people need many. I mean to say that many information which comes, those information doesn't require any kind of action. Action is that you ignore them, all those which are coming to you. But at the same time, there are many important issues. So unnecessarily putting some your energies in those issues which are not important. Put your energy towards the positive direction and whatever important issues which are emerging. These various kinds of activity used to happen at the, you can say, where people in thousands living. And there has to be a system in place. Everywhere vice chancellor has or any leader has not to go and do himself, but he has to create a robust system. He has to give full authority to those who are dealing various components of activities. Then your task becomes very easy. Once you are empowering people, you have given all powers to the person of that particular section. Your requirement will be simply sometime to give certain direction, certain advices, but not every time. And that's how the situation gets controlled. And as a leader, you can remain cool and calm and you can put your energy to the right direction.
Very well said, sir. Empowering people. And I take it as a next punchline from your side, hear and bear. So if somebody can do that, the secret of how to maintain the inner peace has been tackled. So let's move on to the next section. So now we are entering into the rapid fire round where I will be asking you a question in one line and you have to answer me as short as possible, as one word, two word, or however you feel like, sir. It would be fun and insightful session. So, sir, are you ready? Shall we move on?
Yes, please.
Okay. Sir, your favorite way to relax after a long day?
Just go and lie down.
Just lie down.
Yeah.
Okay. So, one life lesson you wish students would learn early or should learn early.
Everything they cannot achieve.
Very nicely said. The most rewarding part of being a vice chancellor.
You are able to work with youth. That's
Work with.
most, yeah.
If a movie has to be made on agriculture scientist, like a DDG, do you think of a favorite actor who would do the best justice to that role? Because you have been into that shoes of that role, DDG.
I think there are many who are in the Nawazuddin. He has been a farmer also, so he
Okay.
has been driving tractor still today. So Nawazuddin Siddiqui may be one.
Okay. So one book that has influenced your spiritual beliefs.
I have been reading Vivekananda time and again, so that is what I can say. I learned so many things from that.
Cartoon character that you still enjoy watching. If TV comes or you have to open the television or YouTube, one cartoon character.
Earlier, we used to see Lakshman's cartoons in Times of India. So thereafter, we have not been following cartoons. That can I
Done.
say?
The common man cartoon of
Yeah.
Lakshman, R.K. Lakshman.
Yes.
Tell, if possible, do you would like to share one lighter moment, maybe a lighter moment that something happened and it was a lighter moment for you all.
It's not a, you can say, very funny one, but what
Okay.
happened that we were training to a group of IS personnel, and one of our trainers was from the, you can say, uh, district level cadre. He was also with us to support us to the IS training. So he was expert in his own field. So one of the IS uh, trainees, he asked that, what is your discipline? What is your discipline?
What is your discipline? Okay.
Yeah. He answered that discipline is fine, sir.
Discipline
Discipline
is
is fine. So, being an administrative officer, asking from him that what is your discipline? So instead of telling his subject, he said that he is asking about the kind of orderly behavior he is having. So that was one very funny thing. We laughed for a long time, and
very
still
nice.
I remember that one.
Sir, I still remember we were doing one workshop on happiness and we were in the corporate office from the organization. So we have done one small act. We have just told, please call any of your ex-boss or a senior or something like that and just say, I love you. One participant said, okay, the moment I said to my boss, I love you, the first response was, why have you resigned? What happened? Why you are saying this? So just like you said, discipline is fine. So for them, the moment employee express emotion to the senior people,
Right.
they think something wrong has happened. They are just closing the chapters. They think something like that. Thank you so much, sir, for this rapid fire round and giving some insights from your lighter movements also. I will, since this would be the first time we are having the Honorable Vice Chancellor's sessions on happiness, so you would be the first person whom we are taking the interview at a Vice Chancellor level. We are having a culture here of our podcast for the CEO level that they leave a question for the next person. So at this moment, we are not knowing who that Vice Chancellor would join us. But yes, some would be joining us. So I would request you to leave a question if he would be a Vice Chancellor or maybe even a CEO. So one blind question to the helm of a fair role position. So just ask one question and we will pass on this question to the next person. And whatever answer they will reply, we will get back to you.
So one question may be that how you are able to cultivate the culture of innovation at your campus.
Okay, culture of innovation. Okay, how you are able to cultivate. So, sir, the moment we have the next podcast done, I will get back with the answer of the next speaker and we will get back to you. Sir, that was a wonderful journey that we have with you. It's almost 4:30 and we have still few minutes remaining for the session. Just want to share one thing. At our University of Center for Science of Happiness, we recently have done Happiness Model United Nation. This was a 2-day event we have just finished. And you would be happy to know that we have called people from ICAR Atari also. And Dr. Lakhan Singh sir will also further elaborate. We would be soon doing happiness workshop with ICAR Atari at different zones. Professor Lakhan Singh sir, can you please elaborate on that, on what we are planning?
Sir, we have discussed with the different ICR Atari directors, and they are also agreed to hold joint workshop, uh, including all the KVK staff and some of the farmers. So in that way, we are planning to have on month basis for 1.5 hours, we can have online workshop on happiness. So how we can create the happiness and joyfulness in joyful environment at the KVKs, at the working place. So in that way, we are planning in 2025, sir.
Now, that will be a great initiative,
And
and I hope that.
sir, I
Yeah.
would like to request even we can also have one workshop on happiness in
Sure.
your esteemed
Yeah,
university.
I'll be more than happy if you all come here and conduct a happiness.
Okay, thank you very much.
Students and the staff all will be benefited.
Thank you,
We
sir.
will surely do
We
that,
can
sir.
surely have it.
Thank you so much, sir. So we have been doing the workshop for various corporates. We have been traveling to different countries also. You must be aware of that MIT University have campuses in different countries also. So, sir, in the end of the session, we have a dedicated song that our students have created for you. I would be sharing that song just now, if you permit. So that would be a gratitude song specifically for you, sir.
Today we gather, voices bright and true. With hearts so grateful, we sing to you. For wisdom shared and the light you bring, we thank you, dear Dr. Singh. You plant the seeds of hope and care, guiding students everywhere. A leader strong with kindness deep, your words of joy will always keep. For fields of learning, you've paved the way, inspiring hearts each passing day. From science to spirit, from soil to sky, your vision lifts us, soaring high. You plant the seeds of hope and care, guiding students everywhere. A leader strong with kindness deep, your words of joy will always keep. Though in every lesson, in every dream, you've shown us how to truly believe. With hands that build, with hearts so wide, you stand with honor, strength, and pride below. So here's our song, a gift to you, a simple thank you, pure and true. For all you've done, for all you do, Dr. Singh, we honor you. You plant the seeds of hope and care, guiding students everywhere. A leader strong with kindness deep, your words of joy will always keep. Through fields of learning, you've paved the way, inspiring hearts each passing day.
Truly grateful to all of you and the students who have sung such a nice song. At the end, I can only say that happiness is the state of mind, and one person has to always look into this one. If he is not able to concentrate, he has to practice various methods and the way out which has been given by our, you can say, philosophical books and also the great leaders in the field of spirituality and the social reformers. With a lot of hardships, they have been able to do a lot of changes in the society. So individuals, they have shown the path to us. And once we are in certain problems, we have to look into the basic issues. It's not the problem, but it's the mindset which brings the happiness or you can say sorrow among us. So we have to control our feelings and keep each time motivating ourselves and try to be happy. Happiness will come that way, what I mean to say. And the other aspect which personally I have been experiencing that if person is objective and he is keen on the responsibility which has to be shouldered by him, he will be able to so much engross into that other issues which are causing certain worries, they won't come to him. And he will be able to achieve a life with happiness and fulfillment. All the best to all those who are joining this platform. Thank you very much. Namaskar and gratefulness to Amity, Dr. Lakshmi Singh and Nitin Arora ji. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
And with this, we come to the end of this wonderful session. Our first session with the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. A.K. Singh, Vice Chancellor of Rani Lakshmi Bai Central Agriculture University, Jhansi EMP. And I'm sure this podcast will inspire many students, many faculty, even the top leaders at different helm of affairs. This podcast will be available at the YouTube channel of Amity University Center for Science of Happiness, youtube.com/happiness-amity. So this video will be shortly available there within a few weeks' time, and then it would be available for everyone to watch and learn and get inspired and happified at your own convenience. Thank you once again, and we will come back with the next speaker shortly at this wonderful show, the Executive Harmony Conversation with CEO, Vice Chancellor on Happiness and Spirituality. Thank you once again, Dr. Ashok Singh, sir. Thank you.